I'm back because, whoops. I'm still in the same room, just in a different position because, look at this. But today we're going to be talking about exam stress. Wow. If you really want to know, wow, I have so many exams on next week and so much stress that's going along with it because it's exams, so why wouldn't we be stressed? School uniform still because I literally only just got home because why not do that to me? Yay. So, how do we deal with exam stress? I did teach you guys a way to organize how you're going to do your studying and, obviously all the other things that go with it, along with it. It doesn't help when you don't do that. My board, I don't know if I can turn this camera around, so we're going to, my board is like that. We've got humanities, math, legal, I can't even show that anymore. Wait, whoops. Legal, health, English, science. They're my 6 subjects. I have an exam for each of them. This is what I have to do. And this is when I'm doing it. And this is when it is due. It is really, really, really hard to actually pay attention to any of it. Especially when I have my phone. Or I have a laptop, which is over there now because I was going to record on that. So, how do you go into an exam and not freak out that you're going to forget everything? So, why I do it which is not a good way. I actually think about everything else I have to do, which just makes me more stressed because I'm not even thinking about the work, so I'm not even paying attention. But the way I should do it is go in, think, this is what I know, this is what I remember, this is the thing. Read through the questions, use the reading time. Don't just sit there and go, yeah, nah, I know it all, or yeah, nah, I don't know this, so I'm not even going to try. Read it, go, I know this question, but I don't know this part of the question. So, don't start the question without knowing the entire question. Go, I know this bit. Literally annotate the exam and go, this bit I know, but this bit I don't. And then, but obviously in your reading time you can't do that, so do it mentally. And then go through and go, I know this bit. When you know a full question, go and answer it. Because if you're going stressing out, I can't do that, I don't know how to do this, you're not going to know it. But if you're confident, you've got some questions that you go, yep, I totally know how to do this, you're going to feel more confident in yourself because you're going, yes, I know how to do this, it's fine. You can go out of an exam going, oh my god, I did so many things wrong and I don't know what I did, but come back and have all those things that you worried about got right. So obviously you can go vice versa as well. But we don't think about negatives, we think about positives, guys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be walking into an exam. I'm going to go, I know what I'm doing. I can do this, and I know I can do this. If there's any of this, we'll work it out. So walk into an exam, sit down and go, oh my god, I have so much time, but not enough time, and I don't know how to do this. So you sit there, don't talk to anyone. 5 minutes reading time, read through it and go, I don't know how to do that question. So you go, okay, I'll skip that one. Then read the next one and go, oh yeah, I know how to do this entire question. That will be the first question I finish because I know exactly what I'm doing. And you go to the next question, I know some of that, but I don't know the rest of it. And then, so go, alright, I will leave that to later, but not the latest, because if you finish it to the latest, then you're going to freak out. It's all about time management, because no time management, no actual work done at all. It's not, I believe that you can go into an exam, whatever, uni, primary school, high school, if you're in another country, might be in middle school. If you're in one of those, it's fine. You will ace it. And if you don't, you know why. Because if you've gone through the entire exam and you know where you don't entirely know what to do, you can go, it's alright, I've messed up on that time, I'll just have to study a little bit harder for that sort of topic later. That's why tests are good, even though they freak you out as much as exams. You hate doing tests. Most people hate doing tests. So do I. That's just a thing. But if you go into a test and get something wrong, if you study that harder than what you got right on a test, when it comes to an exam, you'll go, I know how to do that one. I've full on study it. I'm not saying skip everything you know, because if you've done a test the first term, it is now term 2, and you're at halfway through term 2 and you don't remember anything about it. So obviously go revise over that, but don't revise over it more than you should be revising over the stuff that you failed. Cool. I don't know what breathe. My psychologist actually taught me a very, very good way to calm yourself down. Don't know how to show this, so I'm going to show you two on a board, and I don't have 2 hands, just remember this. So, what you do is, you actually see, if you can see my hand, you can't, alright. You go 1 tap, and then you tap with the other hand, then you tap with this hand, then you tap with this hand, and then you tap with this hand, tap with this hand. And you can go not as slow as this, you can go, but obviously slow is better. You do that on your knee, and what that is it tricks your brain that your heartbeat is slower, which means you're not anxious. And if you're not anxious, you're not worrying about it. Obviously you're going to be worrying about it, but you could be worrying about it at a calm level. If you do that, you will still be worrying about it, but your brain will trick itself and go, you're not in danger, you're not anxious, so we can use logic, and we can use this part of your brain that I don't know what it's called anymore. It's cortex, isn't it? It's frontal cortex. We can use the thinking bit, which means you can actually do this. And that is what telling yourself also tricks you. But obviously, if you've told yourself a million times and you're still freaking out and just I can't do this anymore, do that on your knee, because no one will notice, because everyone's doing their own stuff and freaking about their own things. Do that, and you will literally trick your brain and go, alright, cool, I'm calm, we can actually use our thinking ability to actually complete this, especially all knowledge and everything. So, do this. Number 1, but probably don't make it as messy as this one, because this one's really messy. Step 1, complete and organize what you need to do and how you need to do it. Also, I suggest doing what I was about to do and go here. This is really awkward, writing on a board like this. But go, okay, so I don't know what the time is. What's the time? We'll say it's 4 o'clock even though it's not. We'll say 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We work full straight. No devices in here, in this room, unless you need to do it, because you gotta do work on your computer. And then you have your break for 10 minutes. So you come back at 5:10 and keep working till 6:10, and so on. So I had to do that. Do that because that makes you go, alright, cool, this is what I'm doing. So first thing I'm going to work on is my checklist. So, checklist for humanities, I have an hour to do that, and we'll work out a thing. If you finish a subject, don't start on another subject. Even if it's only been half an hour and not an hour, have your break after you finish that subject. Have your break for 10, maybe 15 minutes because you've just finished a subject, and then restart. So you go, come back, right, I have an hour. You can make it an hour and a half because you missed that extra hour, like half an hour, but you don't have to. You can just come back and go, I have an hour, I'll be out in an hour. What I do is I have a speaker, because I can't focus if it's just silence. That's why in an exam I might sing to myself, so I've got a little bit of like motivation to actually do the work. But what, and if I'm doing a practice exam, I won't have the music on. I'll practice without the music, because if I practice with the music, I'm not gonna actually be thinking. But sometimes I might sing to myself just so I can know it's time to focus. We can focus on this. It's alright. However, it's better to have a speaker to play music, so that your phone is nowhere near you, so you don't pick it up and go, oh yeah, we're just going to check this message and got to check the Instagram, and then use your hour to scroll through Instagram. So it's easier like that, and so much better. So you actually get so much more work done, and then you won't feel that you're behind because you're in front and you're organized and you're on it. You're cool, you're fine. You don't need to stress over something, but you probably will anyway, so I'm not saying stressing is a bad thing. I'm saying prepare yourself as much as you can. If you stress, it's alright. Stress. It's okay. We'll get there. We'll be alright. Telling yourself you'll be alright is step 2 when you walk into a room. Because if you're not alright, then you're not going to be able to actually complete the test. Because that's how brains work. Step 3 is practice. Practice usually always makes perfect, but there's no such thing as perfect. So practice makes as good as your ability is. If your ability is 100%, and if you've practiced 100%, you should be able to get 100%. If your ability is like 65%, but you practice 100% to that 65%, then you should get 65%. And so on. But obviously you can practice to get better and make that 65% and 80%. It's not impossible. It's just a whole lot harder. But don't think that, oh my god, I got a 65%, I can't, I'm terrible. It's, if you've done everything you can, and you've got a 65%, that just means that your ability at that point in time is 65%. But you can work harder to make that a 70%. You don't have to leave, oh my god, I got 65%, oh my god, I'm going to fail, I'm going to do all this stuff. It's okay. Just breathe in and breathe out, because it refreshes your memory, refreshes your brain. It goes, alright, we're not in danger. We can work normally, we can work like a human being, and we'll be okay. I think that's all I got to say today. So if you guys have exams like me next week, breathe. Just breathe. You have got this.